Insider agent Wojnarowski reporting through league sources that the Pelicans and their general manager Dell Demps have just parted ways. This comes just after last week's trade deadline when Anthony Davis asked for a trade and the Pelicans stood pat despite efforts by the Lakers to swing a deal. Demps took over as Pelicans GM way back in 2010, and now he is gone. Parted ways is the language that Woj used. But a little Woj bomb to get our Fridays rolling.
I mean, and that is a bomb, because here's the thing. Welcome to Coast, everyone. Carrie Champion here with David Lloyd. As we pick up this news, I find that it is extremely interesting after this whole Anthony Davis trade debacle was handled that way, and now they've decided to let him go after the fact?
Yeah, it makes you think maybe something was mishandled somewhere along the way. Who knows? Obviously, there's a little unhappiness coming from some direction there with the Pelicans, and actually there's more unhappiness, but let's get to the action. Pelicans at home last night, taking on the Thunder. Of course, one of the stories is Russell Westbrook. Not only does he have a triple-double streak going, he had a chance to set the all-time franchise scoring record, going past the glove. Gary Payton knocks down that three. He's one shy. And then, still in the first, Terrence Ferguson misses the three. Anthony Davis, Cardinals in. Never throw the ball blindly back and play under your own hoop. Russ cashes in and becomes, in the process, the all-time leading scorer in Thunder Sonics history. Second quarter now. Here comes AD running some floor. He had 14 points in 16 minutes, but Westbrook gets him back at the other side into the body of Davis and then throws it in with the left hand. Final seconds of the first half. Here's where it gets interesting. We put the cone of light on Anthony Davis, trying to stop Nerlens Noel, collides into him. Foul on AD, but he gets the worst of it. The point of Noel's elbow catches the shoulder of Davis, and that would be that for the evening of Davis. And you see him, he walks off gingerly, doesn't just leave the game, left the building before the game is over. There's his agent, Rich Paul, leading the way.
Wow.
Shoulder contusion. We got more on that story coming up.
Wow.
However, the Pelicans hanging tough. There's Julius Randle inside. Then Drew Holiday finds Jahlil Okafor. Yes, Jahlil Okafor playing in New Orleans. I didn't know that. 11-point lead for the Pels after the foul shot. Fourth quarter now. Under 6 to go. Westbrook to Raymond Felton. And that gives Russ yet another triple-double.
Good for him.
That's 11 in a row. Unbelievable roll he is on. Thunder down 8 at that point. Then Westbrook in transition. Yeah. He had 44 points in this game, Kerry. Huge game for Westbrook.
Good for him. Did they win?
The Thunder's other all-star. I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay, I'm
Paul George, he had 28. They're getting closer, but no, they did not win.
I see.
Westbrook tries to buy a foul here. The ref's not going for it. He had a meaty triple-double, 44, 11, and 14 rebounds. But the Pelicans win. Alvin Gentry not totally on board with AD's early exit.
I'm happy for all of them. I'm happy for all of them. You know, because to tell you the truth, you know, this whole thing has been a dumpster fire, you know, and it's just hard, you know, for guys. You know, we want guys to be professional and we want them to do this, but it's hard for guys, you know, to go through what they've been through. And to be able to come out and beat a team of that quality, I'm happy for all the guys.
All right, don't have to read too far between the lines to see Alvin Gentry not happy with his superstar. Despite the win, the Pelicans 26-33 this season after losing just 34 games all of last season. And Anthony Davis has been part of the reason they've been struggling. He's averaged fewer than 16 points since going public with his desire to be traded in his last 4 games. By the way, we hope to have Woj on in just a minute for more on this Dell Demps
They
story.
should definitely go to his timeline because he is talking about this story and giving us the insight there. Meanwhile, let's talk about that Russell Westbrook. You said he had a meaty triple-double. Tough loss, but that seems to happen frequently in Westbrook's 40-point triple-doubles. The Thunder are just 7-5 in those games. All other teams are 58-22 when a player posts a 40-point triple-double. The 44 points were a season high for him, and it was also the first time during the 11-game streak of the triple-doubles that Russ led the Thunder outright in scoring. He now has 12 career 40-point triple-doubles. Let that sink in. Tying James Harden for the second most. Oscar has the mark.
Fourth and goal for 1.
Direct snap to Clement, and then he tosses it to Vernon, looks to throw. He flips it to Foles. It's a touchdown by Nick Foles. The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
the big thing that helped me was knowing that I didn't have to be Superman.
Joined by our NFL analyst, Teddy Bruce. We're talking Nick Foles. On Tuesday of next week, the Eagles could place the franchise tag on him. Though there are problems with that, Nick Foles doesn't have to sign the franchise tag, and then where would we be? So all sorts of movement in this whole deal. A lot of debate about Foles as well. Is he the quarterback that we've seen in other places, or is he the quarterback that we've seen in Philadelphia? What do you say?
Well, as defenders across the league, and then even myself as a former linebacker, you've got to respect this quarterback because he does have good accuracy. He does have big game experience. Game planning against the quarterback, you know you're going to get that he's going to challenge you. He has great football intelligence. He can read coverages. And also what I mean by challenge is some quarterbacks, when you have your receiver covered, you know they're not going to go there. Okay. You can move a coverage to where we know he's not going to throw there this time. It's not Nick Foles. If Nick Foles feels it, that chemistry with the receiver, he will challenge your coverage with his accuracy, putting it up in a spot where only his receiver can get it, or a big receiver like an Alshon Jeffrey can jump up and get it. And he can do that when the game's on the line in championship moments. So that's pretty much everything.
That's
the type of quarterback you want, but I want the quarterback he was in Philadelphia. Can you achieve that?
Would you say he's the number one quarterback out there in the NFL right now?
He is, if you keep it consistent, in my opinion, because if you've seen him the last couple of years, you've seen him and the Peterson combination, the chemistry, that team, what it is, everything for him to become the Super Bowl MVP. I want something of that system, a coach that he's familiar with in the past to take over the reins for him to be our quarterback.
Okay, with that being said, what's the best fit for Nick Foles?
Well, you're going to connect the dots here. So let's go to quarterback's coach, let's go to offensive coordinators, and you're going to Jacksonville, in my opinion. So John DeFilippo is now the offensive coordinator. He's a former quarterback coach of Nick Foles. The connection is there. I don't know the personal relationship, but the system can have similarities. DeFilippo can say, okay, I know what Nick does best. For us to be successful, this is what we have to run. That's what you want to do so you can hit the ground running. I don't think Nick Foles is the best possible free agent quarterback out there, David, if you put him with a system where, when you ask him to be an athlete or something like that, where he doesn't fit. Get the fit right, get the coaching right, get the connection right, and the relationship, he can't have success.
All right, so maybe Jacksonville. Jags have the number 7 pick in the draft. Could use it on a quarterback there. Could go to Nick Foles or somebody else. Teddy has much more on this. NFL Live, 1:30 Eastern today on ESPN.
All right, David, this just in on Sports Center. It's new. The Yankees and starter Lou Severino avoided arbitration with a 4-year, $40 million extension today. Our Jeff Passan reports the deal includes a 5th-year club option. Let's talk about Severino. He got off to an incredible start last season as the 24-year-old was top 2 in record ERA and home runs allowed per 9 innings pitched. After July 1st, though, he fell off a bit. So, obviously, the question is, what type of player will the Yankees get this year? Stay tuned for that. David?
All right, Kerry, the number 1 team in college hoops at Rupp Arena tomorrow, and it's not Kentucky. Tennessee coming to town. We'll get into that matchup. Plus, one of the top prospects in the nation. How Ja Morant is making sure everyone remembers his name.